You know matters more than what you did.
Yes.
We've seen the double standards before. When Debbie Brockman, an employee of WGN, was arrested for throwing a drink and striking the window of an ICE vehicle while it was moving. She faced no prosecution. Why? Because she's part of the media, part of the same political machine that shields its own. Meanwhile, when someone like me, a conservative woman, is a victim of violence, I'm told to sit down and just accept it. Well, I won't. I don't care what party Paul McKinley claims to represent. He's not a Republican. It doesn't matter if he's part of the same corrupt machine that protects insiders and punish anyone who dares to speak up. If you're not part of that machine, if you're a conservative, if you believe in the law and order, then the right, wait a minute, I'm sorry. If you believe in law and order, then you're right now in Cook County, you have no path to justice. But I refuse to be silent. I stood up and told the truth, and I'll keep standing until the truth matters again. Until no man, no matter his connections, can hit a woman, walk away without consequences. We were also asked in that same courtroom, do we support ICE? And do we make videos asking President Trump for help? Why was that allowed? Paul McKinley is not a Republican. He's a Democrat. He's a rhino. They asked, do we be protesting at Jesse Jackson at Rainbow Push? Why does that matter if you're a Republican? So I asked for justice. We are asking for a full forensic audit on these departments, on this Cook County administration, on Cook County courts. We're asking for the DOG and the FBI to come in. Thank you.
Oh, hold on. It was the sound off. You guys do the first. What happened?
What happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Start the. Yeah.
Beginning.
Yeah. Because this sound thing went on.
So let me start from the beginning because the sound was not clear. My name is Danielle Carter, and I'm here today as the vice president of Chicago Flips Red, but as a woman who stood up for herself and watched the system fail to do the same. I testified against Republican committeeman Paul McKinley, who's not a Republican, the man who struck me in the face after a minor altercation that he provoked, which should have been a simple case of battery. A man hitting a woman without any physical contact, provoking his actions, somehow became a political sideshow, twisted by bias corruption. From the start, it was clear the odds were stacked. Despite video cameras being present in the area in the public library, not one piece of footage was ever produced through multiple FOIA requests. We were told at the library that the wasn't working. We were told the sound wasn't working. And ultimately that we couldn't get the footage because the cameras wasn't working. Every excuse you can imagine except the truth. Paul McKinley knew exactly what he was doing when he chose a bench trial. In Chicago, if you're connected to the political machine, you know which judges will protect you. And that's exactly what happened before Judge Clarence Burch, who made his bias clear from the start. When McKinley attorney asked if Chicago Flips Red supports President Trump, a question that should have never been asked or had nothing to do with the fact that he hit me. The judge didn't even allow any objections. That told me everything I needed to know. This wasn't about justice, this was about politics. And now, with the case dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can never be retried, Cook County has sent a chilling message. A man can hit a woman, walk free, as long as he's part of the machine. Today, I'm calling for accountability. I'm calling on incoming Judge Charles Beach, who takes over on December the 1st to review, investigate this miscarriage of justice. I'm calling on state's attorney, Elaine O'Neill Burke, who says she wants fairness in prosecution, to look into the into why the assistant DA assigned to my case was unprepared, unwilling to fight for justice. I'm calling on the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate the corruption inside Cook County court system because it is a lot. We're where we know what matters more is not what matters is not what you did. We've seen this double standard before when Debbie Brockman, an employee of WGN, was arrested for throwing a drink and striking the window of an ICE vehicle while it was moving. She faced no prosecution. Why? Because she was part of the media, part of the same political machine that shields its own. Meanwhile, when someone like me, a conservative woman, is a victim of violence, I'm told to sit down and accept it. Well, I won't. I don't care what party Paul McKinley claims to represent. He's not a Republican. It doesn't matter. He's part of the same corrupt Chicago machine. Thank you.
So, introduce Ms. Lynn.
And I would like to introduce Miss Lynn Patton, who's
Frank,
I'm sorry, you guys. Miss Lynn Franco, who's is a committee, a Republican committeeman. I'm sorry, guys, I'm kind of shaken up.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Yeah, y'all need to listen well. What that young lady just said, Danielle Carter, was right. Does that mean that if you're an upstanding conservative person, that a Democrat can come and just beat the hell out of you for no reason when you're at a community event? I don't think so. And this has to stop. And the thing is, Ms. Carter was not allowed her witnesses to speak. But another thing I want to let you all know, before this shutdown, this government shutdown that's going on, this is Democrat. This is a thing of the Democrats. It's not the Republicans. Donald Trump is trying to get food stamps for these people through the agricultural department. He is really trying to help you. From now on, you have to realize, folks, your problem is not Donald Trump. Your problem is the Republican Party. This young woman, minding her business, is the Democrat Party. I'm sorry. This woman, minding her own business, trying to do well for the city, was attacked by a bully. This man is a paid bully. I have been told many times that Paul McKinley goes out and tries to harass women and white people who he think are physically weaker than him. He does that. That's what they do. And this has to stop. We're taxpayers. We cannot have a civilized society if we have a wild man like Paul McKinley on the loose attacking women. And I'm sorry I made that mistake. The Democrat Party is the party of destruction and the party of hatred, the party of racism, the party of poverty.
Good afternoon. My name is Zoe Lee, and I'm the founder of Chicago Flips Red. I'm here today to call for accountability and transparency within our justice system. I am formally raising concerns regarding Judge Clarence Burch's conduct in case number 251-207-30301 involving Paul McKinley, 4th Ward Republican Committeeman. a convicted felon, and a man with a known history of violence against women. I've also CC'd the Honorable Kent Delgado, Chair of the Judiciary Inquiry Board for Oversight and Transparency. On May 12, 2025, my colleague, Danielle Carter Walters, and I attended a community meeting at King Library at 35th and King Drive concerning the proposed migrant shelter in Bronzeville. Upon entering, we were immediately met with hostility from Mr. McKinley, which escalated into him physically assaulting Ms. Carter Walters. The incident was captured on video, which everyone has seen, including Mr. McKinley himself and his last-minute witness who was there when it happened and who lied on the stand, and the case was continued from the week before. When we requested the library security footage, we were told the cameras were not working that day. That raises serious questions. And to make matters worse, the state's attorney's office failed to contact or prepare us before court, leaving us with little notice and no opportunity to participate in our own case, despite clear video evidence of the assault. Judge Burch allowed the defense attorney to question us about irrelevant politically charged topics, our support for President Trump, our stance on ICE, and our political beliefs, none of which had anything to do with the facts of the assault. The line of questioning was improper, prejudicial, and biased. This case was heard before Judge Clarence Burch, Associate Judge, 1st Municipal District, Chicago, Courtroom 303. Judge Burch has also previously brought my 71-year-old mother before his court under questionable circumstances. Later, I appeared as a witness in the assault case involving Mr. McKinley. That means Judge Burke had prior involvement with my family before presiding over a case in which I was a key witness, a clear conflict of interest and a violation of Rule 2.11 of the Illinois Code of Judicial Conduct. He should have recused himself. His failure to do so undermines public trust and the integrity of the judicial process. We demand a formal investigation into Judge Clarence Burch's conduct by the Judicial Inquiry Board with transparency and accountability, that this case be reopened and retried before an impartial judge free from political and ideological bias. The state's attorney, Eileen O'Byrne, review the prosecutor's handling of the case, including the failure to collect or present key evidence such as the recorded confession. The Chief Judge, Charles Beach, and outgoing Chief Judge, Timothy Evans, review courtroom conduct and restore integrity before the transition in leadership. That the Chicago Public Library and the City of Chicago be investigated for the missing or non-functional surveillance footage from King Library. That Illinois victims' right laws be strengthened so women, no matter their politics, are protected and heard in every courtroom. We are also calling for a federal review by the FBI Chicago Field Office, the U.S. Attorney's Office, Northern District of Illinois, and the Department of Justice to open an independent investigation into judicial misconduct of Judge Burch, possible evidence tampering or missing footage, and any civil rights violations or obstruction of justice. Federal authorities must treat this matter with the same urgency and independence as Operation Greylord, the federal investigation in the 1980s that exposed corruption in the Cook County court system and led to dozens of convictions. I'm also calling on Honorable Judge Franklin Valderrama, nominated by President Donald Trump on February 12, 2020, to rule on our pending Rule 60 motion in case number 18 CV 8116, which has been sitting with its clerk for more than 6 months. That motion documents extensive corruption and misconduct, and it must be reopened immediately. Bradley Wilson, who's represented by the City of Chicago, who represents the City of Chicago, failed to do his due diligence, misrepresented facts, and acted in bad faith, all outlined clearly in the complaint. I'm calling on Mayor Brandon Johnson and Corporate Counsel Mary Richardson Lowry to sit down in good faith and find a remedy for the harm that this administration has caused. Because of this corruption and obstruction, I am currently unhoused. After City of Chicago's Law Department and Mayor Johnson refused to settle my case despite overwhelming evidence and repeated good faith efforts to resolve it. If local officials continue to ignore justice, then I'm calling on President Donald J. Trump, our current President of the United States, to direct the Federal Department of Justice to intervene and investigate corruption with the City of Chicago, Cook County, the Law Department, and the Cook County court system. This is not about party politics. This is about justice, fairness, and the safety of women and people in our communities. When politics interfere with justice, no one is safe. When bias replaces the rule of law, democracy fails. And when the system protects abusers over victims, we all lose faith in that system. Chicago deserves fair judges, honest prosecutors, and transparent institutions. We are not asking for favors. We are demanding justice. Thank you.
Amen. That was good. Thanks. Right on.
And we will have our last speaker, and that is Miss Jessica Jackson, my advisor.
Hello, everybody, especially the citizens of Chicago and the citizens of Cook County. And in fact, the citizens of the United States of America at large. There is a problem in the Cook County Circuit Court system. Unlike Zoe and Danny, who learned of this corruption through their latest court case against Paul McKinley, I've been dealing with the corruption of Cook County judges since 2016 at the onset of my mother's probate case. Cook County has a corrupt judicial system, and I've said it over and over to you all. There's no way to make any needle move. There's no way to get any type of justice. There's no way that any policy, any ordinance, any law, any rule works as long as they are not enforced by judges. It all ends and begins with judges. When these judges in this building, like 555 West Harrison, or either at the Daily Center, when they know that they do not have to be held accountable by the chief judge, who was Timothy C. Evans, there's no way that they will change their behavior. There's no incentive for them to change their behavior. Instead, they are incentivized to continue the disruptive and the corrupt behavior. I have several judges. My case, which brought me to City Hall in the first place, which connected me originally to Zoe Lee and started to be the whole concept of Chicago Flipping Red, was grounded in the fact that I had gone to public official one after another, after another, after another, in our city council, in the Cook County Commission, and every 501c3 agency here, and all of them, because of the Democratic Party, the Democratic machine, I was not getting any help. That is why I called on the assistance of Donald Trump. The problem is, this city is so Democratic ran that even with the threat of a president that clearly is standing his ground, that clearly wants America first, that clearly does not mind pushing the powers as far as they need to go, this Democratic machine is not threatened at all. They want to continue in their bad acts. My case started as a probate case. And because of their corruption, and when I say there, I want to be clear, especially for the people of Chicago. Every single judge in my case was a Democrat. Let's be clear. Every judge, every public administrator is a Democrat. Every agency that I sought after was Democrat funded and Democrat held. This is not the Republican Party. These are the Democrat judges that has Chicago in this legal maze that we're caught up in. Zoe mentioned going to the Judicial Inquiry Board. The loophole there, I've gone to them many times. Even Kent DeLago had been part of my probate case when he did a substitution for Judge Karen O'Malley back in 2017. The issue with the JIB is they will not investigate a judge that's on an ongoing case, a judge that's in the middle of litigation, which means that while your judge is being corrupt with you, the JIB won't help you. I went to the Attorney Registration Disciplinary Committee, the ARDC, on the corrupt hired state attorney, David Feldman. I was told by the ARDC, and I have it in writing 3 times because I went to them 3 times, that the only way that they will move forward with disciplinary actions against the attorney, David Feldman, is if the judge
had held him in contempt or sanctioned him. Again, another way to get you caught up in a litigation maze, because if the judges are part of the corruption, then there's no way they're going to hold the attorney in contempt or sanction him. Again, closing the window on us. They have one judge. I have the following judges: Cook County Democrat judges: Judge Karen O'Malley, Judge Terrence McGuire, Judge Carolyn Gallagher, Presiding Judge Daniel B. Malone, Judge Philip Fowler, Judge Pablo De Castro, Judge Stephanie Teresa Conyers. All are Democrats, and all have played a part in protecting the Office of Public Administration and them trying to steal my mother's property. If you all don't believe it, allow me to entertain you for one more minute, just to show you what I'm talking about. My mother has a full-fledged will. A full-fledged will. Come on. Here it is, right here. My mother's will for the estate of Mary Lou Thomas, which was filed in the probate division of the Circuit Court Judge on August 9th, 2016. My mother died with this will in place, signed, notarized, completely valid in every way. In October 2024, the Office of Public Administration, filed by Public Administrator Louis G. Apostle, signed and submitted by Public Administrator Private Attorney Thomas Leonweber, in the courtroom, filed in the courtroom of Judge Clarence McGuire, where the first statement on this document says that my mother died interstate, which means she died without a will. This is filed in the Cook County courts. Zoe made mention of Mary Richardson Laurie. On March 14, 2025, Republican Senator Terry Bryant met with City Corporate Counsel Mary Richardson Laurie and Attorney John Hendricks on behalf of my case and Zoe Lee's case. They told Terry Bryant, and here it is on her letterhead, the senator from Springfield. They told her that the problem with my case, the delay now for 10 years to close my mother's estate. They said it was because my mother did not have a will. Yet, the city and the county would tell you that the city and the county are unconnected, that they have no connection to each other. But here's a Cook County public administrator saying my mother did not have a will. And then you have the city corporate counsel saying my mother did not have a will. They said of Zoe Lee's case, that the reason why her case was pending and could not get resolved is because they did not have a comment on it, and they had no evidence that Miss Lee ever owned the building in question. Miss Lee never claimed to own the building. Her mother, Charlene March, claimed to own the building. These are the type of things that are allowed to be in court documents. These are the type of things, and I have gone over and over again with the clerk of the court, with the various judges, about the contents of what's being filed in court documents. The contents. It's the contents that allow judges to say and do the things that they say and do. The last point that I want to make is that in this eviction issue, the public administrators, due to their lies that they put and filed in court, has made it be where my tenants have been squatting on me since February 2023, depriving me of income, harassing me, all the way to the point In this very courthouse, it ended up a domestic violence case where the tenant, Dolitha Quinn, physically abused me and my daughter. We filed domestic violence charges. The public administrator intervened so that that case couldn't go forward. It doesn't even matter that my actual safety is at risk. It doesn't matter. The same Dolitha Quinn, when I filed the eviction to have her removed, and the eviction was ordered by default judgment by Judge Philip Fowler on August 22nd, 2025. With the help of the public administrators, Dolitha Quinn was able to file a notice of court for motion and a notice to stay to stop the eviction. The sheriffs were out at my residence to do the eviction on September 24th, 2025. They were there with their equipment all ready to do the eviction because it had in fact been ordered, and I in fact had paid for the sheriff to come out. They came out to do the eviction. They could not complete the eviction. They told me because the tenant had filed something in court. I had never been served. I had no idea that that had happened. And when I did go down to the 6th floor to pull the document to see what it was, I then saw that Dolitha Quinn had fraudulently put my attorney, John Hyderstein, to be who she served, and she claimed that she served him at the building where me and her reside. He then wrote a letter to the clerk of the court to tell the clerk of the court that there was a fraudulent document, that he never was served, that he never had an office at the location. He had never seen Dolitha Quinn in her life. And I had never been served by Dolitha Quinn. But yet, they allowed this order to stay. And not only did it stay, but Judge Frederico Rodriguez, on this court date of September 25th, reversed her eviction and canceled her eviction off of a fraudulent document so that she could continue to squat on me. They will not stop her with fraudulent documents. They will not stop her with domestic violence. Yet, I have the good pleasure of every day turning on my television and watching Cook County officials and Mayor Brandon Johnson talk about how they are going to secure the residents and the housing rights of residents of Chicago and Cook County. Yet here I am, a full citizen in a building that belonged to my mother for 63 years, the first Black family on that block. And they would all sit here and gang up together and bully me through the judicial system because they want South Shore property so desperately over there by the Obama Center that they don't even have enough money to fund, and that's cracking in the foundation. Eileen Burke, I'm just like Danny. I'm just like Zoe, calling on you to investigate and handle the court system. It's your claim to fame, it's my understanding, Eileen Burke, that you are so serious about crime that you locked up an 11-year-old boy. Now, I'm not saying if it was justified or not. I don't know the details, but I do know this. If you could come for an 11-year-old, why is it that you can't come for corrupt judges? Why can't you come for corrupt politicians?
That's right. That's right.
I want to know if you say, Brandon Johnson, that the stats of crime are down, based on my experience, perhaps they're down because you all are not arresting people. You're not taking arrests. You're not arresting people.
Exactly.
Because I just named at least 6 to 7 people that should be under arrest right now. But they're not. Instead, they're allowed to continue corruption. This has got to stop.
That's right.
We cannot get anywhere you all, if the courts are corrupt. It doesn't matter how Mayor Johnson stands up and give these crazy revolutionary speeches that come to nothing. We can't be so turned on by politicians, by black politicians, that we allow this type of stuff to go on. Toni Preckwinkle is the president of Cook County. She knows all about this with her black self, and she's not doing anything to make them stop. I agree 100% with Danny and Zoe when we say we are holding Charles Beach, the incoming chief judge, to do something different. Timothy Evans sat on that bench for 24 years and did nothing except for let this type of corruption go on and on and on. And while you do not take effect until December 1st, understand this, Judge Charles Beach. Our lives are still at risk in the meantime, because you better believe those Cook County officials are doing everything they can to get in, everything they can before December 1st. If they expect anything to be different from you, if they expect you to be upright in any type of way, they're going to do all type of stuff between now and December 1st. I'm asking you, Judge Beach, to look at Jessica Jackson, look at me right now, and understand that my safety is at risk because the public administrators will not get this woman out of my property. I don't have until December 1st. I want you to listen to the desperation in Danny's voice and the determination in Zoe's voice, and understand that we don't have until December 1st. They're coming for us now. They're saying because of Donald Trump, and that might be part of it. But my issues with the court system started before I said anything about Donald Trump, because we're talking about a corrupt court system. So now Trump, I'm going to show it to you one more time to remind you who we are. Come up here, Danny. You know who we are. All three of us got this love note from you because of the work that we did for you. And we made it clear from the very beginning. I know Zoe did, and I know I did. From the very beginning, that we needed your help because they were coming for our real estate. That still applies. We need help to get justice in these courts, President Trump. We want something for us advocating for you. Yes, we want the illegals out. They have to get out.
Right.
And despite whatever that trick was that Mayor Brandon Johnson did to make people in South Shore say that they were being attacked and you haven't been back to South Shore, come back to South Shore. Get them out of there. Because tons of them got poured over there with the help of Alderman Yancey and Alderman Jeanette Taylor, Alderman Greg Mitchell, and Alderman Michelle Harris. They flooded South Shore with illegal immigrants. Come get them out.
Yes, today.
And we want to thank you for seeing our work. And we're counting on you to come to Chicago. You meet with us.
Thank you.
You know who we are. You said that it was women wearing red hats and red T-shirts, black women that was advocating for you. You know who we are.
Right now.
Meet with us so that we can talk to you about what needs to happen here. We're asking you to do that, Donald Trump.
Right now.
We're asking you to be the fair person that we think that you are.
Right now. That's right.
We're catching flack here in Chicago in this Democratic machine standing for you. But we know it's right because we know that the Democrats here have done us very wrong. And we're going to continue to stand there.
That's right.
So I hope you all paid attention to the information that we gave today. And I showed the documents because I know visual aids are helpful most of the time to make people really understand what's really going on. We ask that you all keep us lifted in your prayers. Keep Chicago before y'all. Come on. This is Chicago. All eyes are on Chicago right now. We cannot afford to be weak.
That's right.
We know who we are. We cannot afford to be weak.
We ain't gonna lose Chicago.
We cannot lose Chicago.
That's right.
Our parents
That's right.
migrated from the South.
That's right.
Come on. And they built Chicago,
That's
and
right.
we are not going to hand it over to a bunch of illegal
That's
immigrants.
right. That's right. And crooked judges.
And crooked judges. Come on now. This is where it is now. This is where it is now.
Thank you, our ladies.
This is not about protesting out in the street. No, this is about you come get them with their own laws.
Right.
With their own laws. Our parents fought for this.
That's right. That's right.
That's where it is now. Y'all reach out to Zoe and Danny, because they the ones that be on this internet stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all are so beautiful.
And we're going to do what we got to do. Come on, Chicago. All hands on deck.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yes.
Y'all too much. Be careful. Be careful. I'm sorry.
Thank you all for thank everybody who came. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, thank everybody who came. Sorry, guys. I just being here and just thinking what happened to me is really, I mean, it's too much. And then just looking at and thinking about everything that we all experience, it's too much, guys. So I want to thank all of you all and always supporting Chicago Flips Red. All of us, Miss Jessica Jackson. Thank you for always supporting us. Please, please, please make sure you all get this out. Try to get this to President Trump because we need help here. We need you all to share, to tag President Trump because he know all too well about the justice system and how corrupt they are. He know exactly what's happening because he experienced it. And if they could do that to a former president, and try to lock him up and bankrupt him, imagine what they're trying to do to us. So, yes, we want to thank everybody for joining us. Please like and share the video and get it out to President Trump. And we love you all. We just want, it's America first, Americans first, Chicago first. And we're going to we need all hands on deck for this. All right. We need everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Y'all are so brave. That was good. That was fun.
Get the address close up, Dennis. Get it close up and the building close up. They taking our real estate. No, for real. They trying to take our real estate.
Yeah, and that's messy. So I didn't know that happened.
What?
But just with the girl and all that.
Hell yeah.
And that's something.
Thank you, guys. We're getting better with this. I appreciate you. Thank you. Janetta, the conservative lady, thank you.
Show the support, y'all. Make sure to donate. I love y'all.
The sheriffs were out there. They were there with their equipment.
Operation Grey Lord. Operation Grey Lord.
On September 23rd. Just confirmed that I wanted them to come out.
Chicago, all hands on deck. We need the feds to come in here. Operation Grey Lord. Look at Operation Grey Lord.
And they came. And
thank y'all for all watching. Please like and share.
No, we don't. What are you talking about?
At 555 West Harrison.
Girl, I went down to the courthouse and that's when I found the fake papers.
Appreciate y'all. We're looking at these. Appreciate y'all. All hands on deck. You already know.
Come on. This is what I'm saying. They stealing property. And I say it all